We would like to resume the second part of today's meeting, so the members, please come up to the front. So the shareholders, please sit around in the middle if you would like. And the theme of the second session is please get to know us better. In the first section, we had some directors made speeches, but the team members who are creating the value of Chapter 4, those are the members who are creating the value. And so this is going to be an unscripted dialogue between the members and the directors. And so through those conversations, you will learn that I hope that you will get inspiration or you get ideas as to what are the good ideas and what are not. You look very nervous. Those are, and there are 4 use cases that we presented in the first section, and we have the leaders or representative members from the 4 domains: create, learn, and create and work, play, and well-being. This is the centerpiece of our domain. To create, Nishizawa-san and Kato-san, the engineer. So let's talk about the create. And Higashiyama-san is Hosokubo-san from the board members will be conversing with them. So this is what is going to happen, and the members will pitch you for about a minute about their passion, and based on that pitch, the conversation will start. Conversation with the directors will start. Nishizawa-san, how we want to start? This is Nishizawa. I am a product designer. Thank you very much for your introduction. And so nothing stays the same or nothing is impermanent. I'm not here to talk about anything esoteric, but what I'm feeling every day, and things are never constant. Things never stay constant. But you may think that there are things that do not change, but a landscape or the emotions or feelings, they keep changing. And things keep changing. And technologies that people develop. I think there are so many technologies try to make things unchanged, or letters or characters. Letters and characters are created. Those letters are means to communicate. Those are symbols to communicate your feelings or landscapes or like wall paintings or murals. They are created to convey what you have experienced to the others, and those symbols or letters are developed. And nothing is impermanent. When it comes to nothing impermanent, when we see Chinese characters, we write Chinese characters and lines. I think when we write characters, our emotions are translated into those characters. Nothing stays the same. And what is important is that those lines, how they are captured accurately, and the creator, the inspiration, how that inspiration is captured in that moment, I think it's extremely important. And then the products we develop, those are the essence that we are trying to use in the product. And this is a new product that was launched this year. On the top, you see the dial. And the dial on the top, we are developing digital solutions, but eventually, when we want to leave the essence where people can have an analog experience, so that's the dial here. Or in Wacom Cintiq Pro, these are grip type key, and you saw the video, grip type key, and using it symbolizes gripping, have a grip over the idea, or capturing idea. So it was a pitch based on the nothing is impermanent, notion of nothing is impermanent. So this is completely unscripted. How would you respond to that? When I speak with the young team members, this is how always conversation goes. We are manufacturers, but we always go to a spiritual direction, and people get passionate about what they are saying and doing. And you are developing tablet, and do you culture? We are a manufacturer, but when we come to those conversations, we become spiritual. And Ide-san was talking about, we have been writing, humanity has been writing for the past 50 years. But did you answer the question to the solution in the next generation solution?
And honestly speaking, manufacturing is what I like as a person, and so I do this work because I like it. So I tend to put a lot of passion into my work, like 60% passion. But living together with community, this idea that's been mentioned, I agree with this. And this relates to sustainability, meaning that we can make our products because we have customers. So when there is only our customer, we cannot run everything. We need customers. And that's the foundation of what we do. So in this community, it's important that we listen to people's voices so we can refine our products to a even higher position. So could you wrap up with a comment to support him? Once again, he's talking about spiritual, but indeed wonderful. Technology times culture, these can coexist. And, our products could be a home appliance product, but not an electric product, not a digital product per se. Digital is just what we go through. This is not the destination. And always young people, he may not necessarily be young, right? But we go beyond digital as Wacom. And this thought is something that encourages us. Thank you. With this first two people, we've taken a lot of time already, but as a person who does creation, Kato-san serves as an engineer on that front. So Kato-san and Hosokubo-san, who has some views from the capital market, let's have some dialogue with them. Kato-san, what did you bring for us? Wacom Bridge service and Wacom UEFI service. I am here to introduce these two services. I'm a software engineer, and firmware is working inside the tablets that was just shown by Nishizawa-san, and I make that firmware. I pay attention to how the tablets will be used and the troubles and requests from users in using tablets, and they are catered to with Wacom Bridge and Wacom UEFI. Wacom, these are for remote production that can be done from anywhere without much stress. That's the objective of Wacom Bridge. And Wacom UEFI is whatever that's produced can be proven that the creation is mine. So Wacom UEFI is to provide a sense of security. Thank you. So what would you say to Kato-san? It's important that creators think about what customers are experiencing, and I see this as a very good service, good services. But we also have to think about how to make profits with these services. So could you talk about how we make profits? Kato-san, a very important responsibility you have to explain the monetization. I'm an engineer, but I also pay attention to the profitability when we develop. And for Wacom Bridge, this is not a service that we can do alone as Wacom. We have cloud vendors and other vendors. For example, the company that produces remote software. By doing development with those companies, we collect an investment in development. And I think about that. And Wacom UEFI is a relatively new service. So first of all, we launched this to the general public, and then we want to provide UEFI as a service for business partner. And I think that there are two aspects to UEFI. For business model, it could be a license model, it could be a loyalty model, and the model that charges a certain amount for each user. Right. And so service is not just about making profits. Service can be helpful in penetrating, spreading the products in a wider society. And I hope that the products will be penetrated more. Thank you. That's the number one use case domain. So let's move on to the second use case domain of learning and teaching. Nomi-san and Asada-san, please come up. And also, Inazumi-san and Nakajima-san will be the counterpart in dialogues. Nomi-san has been leading the collaboration with Zetkai, and Nomi-san has been participating and presenting in our past shareholder meetings. What kind of message do you have today? I have given a message 2 years ago, and I would like to make a report on the progress. On the left-hand side, you can see what we have presented 2 years ago in the second section, knowledge graph. And 2 years have passed, and last year, that service was released as a service for Zetkai. So as we do the production and creation, I have been receiving advice from Inazumi-san, so we can create services that are needed by customers together with customers. And we have been confirming how this has been and how this can be utilized in the background of Zetkai. Inazumi-san is a director. But in the execution or executives, there's an Inazumi school of teaching how products can be utilized, and that's taught at Inazumi school. And you are an alumni of that school. Yes, I'm the first alumni. Every year, we see evolution and advancement. And initially, we were talking about the writability and the system of the character recognition. And this time, we are talking about knowledge. And we're not just talking about hardware, but also software and many other topics. We have been receiving feedback from Zetkai users, and that's not just kids, it's also from their parents as well. And we are taking the new initiatives in science, and that's going to be spread to Fox A in around the summer this year. This is spreading to the Japanese as an academic subject in mathematics. I see this initiative with Zetkai to be very attractive. And I hope that this dream will spread more in the world. What's your plan about expanding this service to other areas where you are not serving now? The core technologies are delivered in Europe, and the implementation is with our partner SE Tech to support ZTech. And we are considering how to use our core technology, the element technologies, to be applied to Zetkai. And the customers who see this want to, we would like our customers who see this to feel that they want to introduce this technology for themselves. And Zetkai could be just one application. There could be many other different use cases than Zetkai. And Wacom would like to provide this technology as an instrument craftsman, and we would like to get and create inspiration through that experience. Thank you very much, and I look forward to that. Likewise, in the use case domain of learning and teaching, we have another person from the creative, Asara-san. 2 years ago, we have joined Sapporo International Art Festival, and you have held a workshop targeting elementary school students, and finally the service was adopted. So please introduce this service. Asara-san? Sure. Today what I have brought in front of you is what's used in the workshop for kids and what has been used in the consideration for workshop. And about why Hokkaido and why that art festival. The art festival is held every 3 years, and you know the art festival is held for the future to generate the discovery and learning. So that serves as a school. And I was resonated with this concept, and that's how I got to be involved in this workshop. Thank you. And you know, this workshop is developing, and recently, just last week, I went there together with, Asara-san, you visited the Sapporo. So how was it, Nakajima-san? First of all, the turtle here joined as a workshop as a guest lecturer. We had a professional artist who joined that workshop as a guest lecturer, and this lecturer talked about the attractions of making or manufacturing and the reason why this person chose his vocation of artist, and talked about the story.
In that sense, it's a very analog process to make things like this. But analog and digital in a school, the connecting point of those two, how do children perceive that connecting points? That it was a Wacom workshop, and kids came to thinking that they are attending workshop, and they were very surprised. And we would use paper first and clay, and then we would scan with scanner, smartphone as a scanner. We would scan into 3D, and then we create a 3D object, and then we would paint or color that 3D object. And it started with a startled, and they were very startled first and then excited. And I went to Sapporo with them as well. And I personally felt that collaboration with community, I think it's important to commercialize that collaboration with community to be a sustainable business. So what's your thinking about that? That's a very good question. Thank you very much. And the City of Sapporo Education Association, together with that association, this is something that we need to create with the association so that we can deliver something like this to the children. So this is about being symbiotic with community. So this really hit the core of that concept. Thank you. And so don't forget that turtle. So that we have 2 more use cases: work, play, and beyond. And this is something how it's about using pen deeply embedded in your everyday life. Kylene and Rita, you are from Technology Solution Business. And she has so many different OEM customers, and Rita is in charge of marketing. So she's facing customers every day. We are global customers, and we are delivering solutions to global customers. So
welcome to the shareholder meeting.
Thank you. So good morning, everybody. This is Kelly from San Francisco.
Oh, your gear is a bit low there. No, just kidding. So, Kylene, what you bring today?
So today I'm going to introduce the to-do list. Actually, to-do list is so very important for me. I'm a heavy user for the to-do list for everyday work and life, because it's very efficient and effective way for my work, and helping I can coordinate my life in a very productive ways. So sometimes, my writing is very ugly, and then it's very helpful for some handwriting recommendations.
カイリーンは今パソコンのお客様とかですね、タブレットのお客様を担当してるんですけども、
So
自分
she
でも
has
その
PC
パソコンについてる
customers
ペンを使ってて、
and
例
she
えば
uses
トゥードゥーリスト、今日これやんなきゃみた
a
いな
pen attached to the PC, and she used the pen to handle her to-do list. And she has a bad handwriting.
Actually, on the top of that, the Wacom unique approach for ink to the background effect. That is the kind of giving me the direct communication between the ink and myself.
ここでワコムが開発したそのトゥードゥーリスト
And this is where Wacom developed to-do list comes in. This is a ticking of boxes. We created an experience to tick boxes of to-do list with the element of fun.
I take the sound is like very cheerful. It's like encourage me. I make it happen. I finish the task.
今ね、こんな風に単にチェックするだけ
So it's not just about ticking the boxes. So you finished this one and you done that one. So with that, the sound, it comes with a sound. And this is available for PC. This should be available for PC users with the pen.
Sound is like, okay, I haven't finished. I need to have halfway to go.
どうしようどうしようみたいな悩みの音
So
も
this is the sound when you are
So it gives it a very intuitive,
having a bit of
direct communication between myself and the ink.
直感的
trouble
に単
or
に性能
when
のい
you
い
are
ペンを
not
提供するだけじゃ
being
なくて
undecided.
自分の日常の
This is not just a high quality pen, but in everyday work life, this is something that deeply embedded in your everyday life. And Inama-san will be having a conversation with her,
いろいろコミュニケーションしてくれて
and they've been having a everyday communication.
About this area because I'm not the super creator, so
でもこの体験良かったです。クリエイターじゃないんですけども、この使い方びっくりしました。
But however, yeah, this is kind of red ocean, like a to-do list or
これはトゥードゥーリス
scheduling
トと
or
かスケジューリングとかも市場としてはもういっぱいいっぱいのレッドオーシャンじゃない
yeah. So what is like a competitive advantage of Wacom, you think?
Yeah, I
いろい
think
ろ
that,
競合がある中でどんなところがワコムユニークなとこ
yeah,
ろ
the Wacom uniqueness here is the ink to background the sound effect. I think as other solution they didn't include this kind of communications or interaction between the end user and the device.
よくあるペンは全部一方通行で書いたら終わりとかメモしたら終わりとかチェックしたら終わりなんだけども、ワコムの体験はずっとそのユーザーとシステムの間が行ったり来たりする、こういうコミュニケーションを差別化ポイントにしたいと思ってるんです。
And I think that this data is going to be applied to the more, the future, like working style, right?
Yes.
これただにトゥードゥリストだけじゃなくて未来のなんか新しい働き方につながるんですかっていう。
Yeah, I think that's lots of a potential opportunity to including like AI ink, Wacom AI ink. We could expect very nearly future soon for AI ink become your personal assistant or your personal secretary.
はい、これはまさに AI とワコムのデジタルインクのテクノロジーが組み合わさってですね、その一人一人のユーザーさんを支えたり何かアシスタントをしたりという、そういう次のサービス展開につながっていくんですということです。はい。
なんか時間をすごく気にされてる方がいらっしゃるので、
Okay, thank you.
このあたりで
Thank you, Karin. Thank you, 稲葉さん。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。はい。次ですね、同じく
Next showcase is also for the same domain work, play and beyond, and Komune-san will be talking to her. And what did you bring to us today? And what was discussing with Colleen was that 10 stories that we present. There are 2 stories out of 10 that we present to our OE makers that we brought today, and PC makers. When you work, how do you use the pen, and how can we support? And we share that story with them. And the beginning at the word AI ink was mentioned, And this is the a little bit expansion on that notion. And on the screen, you see that we have online meetings every day, and you can create a material. The purpose of the meeting is to interact with the participants, exchange opinions between the people who are in the meeting. So that's the purpose of the forum. And a pen can play a very good role in the memo you are writing down or things difficult to verbalize. You can use the pen. And we already have that technology already, but what Ink can do is that Ink has a lot of data information within it, and the set of data that we can materialize, and then we can show who made what comment, and that's a very vital information. And so this is how we present to our customers how this pen can be used in an online meeting. So this is a technology solution on Komine-san, and this is one of the solutions that are being presented to our customers on the ground. So PC customers too. This is, I believe that you present the solution to the PC customers. Can I ask you a question? And so what's the feedback? How can you share what you hear from the customers? PC customers and the PC industry is going through a sea change. You may see on the news headline is about AI is coming into the space, and the PC and the users. AI between the PC and the users. AI is about to bring about huge change between PC and the users. And the pen can play a new role in that dynamics. And so it's been the timing is right. And AI PC is something PC makers want to sell, but what kind of solution they should bundle. So that's Wacom can come in with certain proposals, right? So who is making that commitment? And this is a technology business, but it's not about just supplying instruments or parts, and this is about supplying or delivering experience. This is a good showcase. And the last but not least, well-being, the last domain. And we are joined by Fujioka-san and Kato-san, and from the board of directors member Ono-san and Kojima-san will be conversing with them. And the VR pen, you are leading the development of VR pen. You can write in the space. So what's your message would be? And the VR, yes, I'm leading the development of VR pen. And developing hardware is not enough to have customers use it. When this becomes a product, what are the use cases where we are doing research of the use cases where customers will actually put them to use? And one of them is the medical workflow that I like to talk to you about in the healthcare industry or medical equipment. Medical equipment is becoming. The quality of medical equipment is getting better and better. However, when it comes to communication between doctors or knowledge transfer, it's still very analog. And a VR pen, pen can be used in OR, but the before and after the operation, they can use that for educational purpose. And this is the workflow that we are studying.
Thank you. About this investment project, Kojima-san served as a CFO. What kind of comments can you give us? Sure. The medical DX has just started, and this is a very leading edge area. And the fact that we are serving this area, the roles that we play may not be easy, but should be interesting. So can you talk about that? Sure. What I feel is most difficult is just like in other kinds of development. It's about understanding the pain points of users at the same level as how users feel. It's not easy. We cannot access, doctors directly, so we are investing in this project, and together with the medical industry partners, we use the product and we are trying to understand the pain points at the same level as the actual medical workers feel. Thank you. This is an important social issue to be addressed. So we hope that Wacom can play a role here. And we have budgets for future investment. Thank you. Now, for well-being use case, we have also invited Kato-san. And Kato-san is not only a Wacom team member, but he's also the AI Unicorn Preferred Networks employee. So, Kato-san belongs to the two organizations. So, what have you brought for us? So, I'm a half Wacom, half Preferred Networks employee. I am Kato. From Kiseki Art Project, we have something that we believe can be used in well-being, and I would like to introduce that. In Kiseki Art Project, we analyze the log of stroke that's made by artists. And we collect the data and we quantify the data and use it for a machine learning model. And we've been working on this for 4 years or so. And what we have learned is that there is a unique information unique to each creator. So the pen stroke, when quantified, can show that there are similar characteristics for the pen stroke of same artists. And this model has been focused on creators so far, and we would like to apply this model to a pen stroke of normal people other than artists as well. So we can identify that, let's say, a user A, his physical condition is not really good today, based on the unique characteristics of each pen stroke of each person. So let's say from different pen pressure and the different strokes of pen, we may be able to detect some signs, and we are hoping that we'll be able to use those signs to make suggestions to users. This has been discussed a few times at the board meetings, right? Yes. I'm an attorney, and I provide support to startups as an attorney. And in the course of such activities, preferred networks is, I'm not sure whether they can still be called a startup. Preferred networks is the first company whose name comes up when anybody talks about AI. So we want to ask about why you chose Wacom. Their position in AI is quite well known. Why did you choose Wacom? AI-related technologies are researched at preferred networks, but that's not the end. We also have to do social implementation. That's part of our mission. And in developing AI technologies, there's the algorithm topic related to software. There's also the topic on data and about how we gather data. For example, the data that digitalizes people's pen stroke, the kind of companies that create hardware like Wacom appreciate this. And Wacom has been focusing on how to capture data at high precision. And so I feel that there is a strong synergy we can generate with this company. And also the usage on dementia. This, I believe, is a good use case. And I was at the financial institution for more than 30 years. And We see dementia as a very important social issue, and market-wise, there is insurance market, and there are many senior citizens with relatively more money than working generations. And at my previous company, the previous company was trying to get some signs for detection, for example, using facial signs and so on, and voice as well. So, what about the roles that can be played by Wacom for face? I believe that there can be some compared to face, detecting signs from pen stroke can be difficult. However, through the Kiseki Art project, we have learned that there are some unique characteristics that's different from each artist, and this is something that I was not expecting at the beginning. And the pen data can be more rooted in the day-to-day activities compared to other kind of data. So I believe that this business can be more valuable than people may expect. And I want to add in the end about AI. In just a half year, AI technology is advanced quite significantly. Like a half year, I was underestimating the power of AI, but I am starting to feel that the people may be able to make confirmation without the help of lawyer attorneys. And for 50,000 years, people have written and drawn, and I feel that there's a life in the act of writing and drawing. And I feel there is something alive there. And using AI, maybe we can draw something new from there. And I feel ample possibility in this area. Thank you. Thank you for the dialogue. So every day, focusing on the 4 use case domains, we have been trying to create new valuable experience, and that's supported by board members. And switching gears, I would like to talk about a different topic. We have distributed the theme book. And this theme book supplements our thinking about business strategies and so on. And this book was published, and we have chief editors who published this book, and I would like to have, and we would like to have some dialogue with directors, starting with Yoshikawa-san, who supervised the whole production. Thank you and congratulations on the production. In 2023, we published the first version, and it's been a while, but finally we have produced the storybook issue 2. The storybook of Wacom introduces the people relevant to Wacom and shares the story together with their thoughts. And at the back of this room, we have some demonstration areas, and from which you can feel that we have so much passion. And I believe that you have felt passion from the speakers you have listened to so far. And so they have passion in their everyday work. And in the production, I have tried to get such passion and reflect the passion in this book. And we have 4 versions today, but we have more planned, right? Yes. The next issues will be on people and use cases. Because, the editors have passion in producing these books. So please enjoy not only the issue 2, but the future issues as well. And we apologize that the online participants cannot see this theme book right now, but this is planned to be issued online in the evening today, so please take a look today. Thank you.
This is our governance, this so-called our governance in Sato-san was in charge of putting this book together and about editing this book. Can you share your passion behind, and also do you have any questions directly to certain directors? I was thinking what I should say before I come here, but I don't. This atmosphere speaks for itself, and I think this atmosphere itself, I think, represent our board of directors and governance. It's a very not easy topic, and you might think that reading about governance is not easy to come, but this is only 10 pages. We wanted to make a book that is easy to read and interesting to you to read, and we have some pictures. This is with this atmosphere. I think there are not very many companies with this good lighted heartedness to talk about governance, and I hope that this gives out the atmosphere at the board of directors. And this theme book, it only has 10 pages, and governance at WACOMU, it's difficult to explain the governance at WACOMU in 10 pages, but as it is mentioned, 2/3 of the directors are outside directors. In prime listed companies, there are only less than 20% of companies that have so many outside directors. So that's who we are. And maybe we could have placed more focus on that fact. But we have the structure. But having that, it's not about having the structure, but it's more about how much the structure is working. And so that's the focus point of this 10 pages. Is it effective? Is the governance effective? Hope that you could take out the fact that it's actually working from those 10 pages. I would be very happy. Sorry, I'm talking too much. We are running out of time. But do you have any questions? When we were putting this book together, and Ide-san and other outside directors, we interviewed them. But we were not, because we only have limited space, we were not able to interview internal directors. So I like to ask Komine-san to come forward and talk to me with me. But since we don't have time, I like to give you a very direct question. And when we talk to external auditors, we don't have any silent speakers. All directors speak. And of course, as an internal director, you speak at the table, right? And Komine-san, Inde-san, and I believe that you have animated discussions between you and Ide-san. Do you say, are there anything that you feel uncomfortable speaking up to Ide-san because you don't want a ruffle feather with Ide-san? So Ide-san is our president also. In some cases, I feel uncomfortable bringing up certain topics, and we see things from different vantage points, and I have my own expertise, and I was selected to be a director. And when I see things from a vantage point from Ide-san, I think it's my mission to bring a new angle to the table. That's my responsibility. And then when atmosphere becomes unfriendly, I do not hesitate to speak up. And then, he wouldn't say thank you for something that but he is very serious, and he is diligent about having a discussion. We cannot have discussion on everything, but for important matters that we do have direct and diligent discussions. You are not a yes man. I am not, and I hope not. Thank you. And I would encourage you to read the theme book. And I'm an IR person, and so I am in charge of communication with investors. But when it comes to retail investors, we only have a limited chance to discuss or communicate with retail investors. We have a mail newsletter. If you read the QR code on the screen on a regular basis, we'll keep you updated about the earnings or share buybacks. And sometimes we organize events for retail investors. And this QR code will not stay on the screen for long. But if you are interested in them, please let me know. Thank you. Before we conclude, then our sustainability, Amano-san, who edited our sustainability on this theme book, please bear with us a little bit longer. And I am Amano, who was the editor-in-chief of the sustainability, and Nakajima-san, who supported us. I'd like to ask questions to Nakajima-san, and for us to create a sustainability book. What is our sustainability? We started from the very basic question. And starting from the very basic question, it is this has to be aligned to the narrative strategy, and this has been supporting writing and drawing, and we'll do this with community. And how do we translate those commitment into this theme book? We spend a lot of time to translate those elements into this limited space of books, and we had a lot of hard time. Or we had a very essential discussions, and I think it was difficult to conclude those essential discussions. But I was conscious about opining or sharing my opinions, supporting writing and drawing, and together with community and commitment. I think this is a catalyst for Wacomu's ecosystem. And for example, using recyclable materials, but we provide tools to students and artists, and products carry our passions. And when we retrieve those products, we create a process to retrieve used products for recycling. And our passions are conveyed to the users, and then users and DS customers, eventually they get to DS customers to reduce CO2 emissions. And there are those, it's about connecting business. I think our sustainability is to connect different businesses to be able to sustainable. I think that's what we talked about, right? And in the previous book, issue 1, Wacomu storybook, that point has been regarded as issue is a continuity of storyline. I think that was the focal point of us editing this book. But the storyline or narrative, Naomi-san, Dave, Tomitsuka-san, and Amano-san participating online, I think they supported us to bring this book to life. And do you think that we made an update from the previous issue? I think it was not an easy road. And when I joined Wacomu, what I talked about, we spent most of time with Ide-san, was sustainability is not well fit in the entire storyline. But the question is, how do we embed sustainability within your business, even though it should be naturally embedded in the entire storyline. Before we go, and what we learned from Nakajima-san is to cherish small subject matter, and our sustainability or globe, society, environment, those are big subject matter. But when we were trying to think about it from the big subject, that we were sort of going nowhere. And why do you do what you do? And what do you do for the community? That was a question asked. And what is the value you deliver to community? And those are questions help us to get back on the track, and so that's something we should cherish. But we are still in the middle of a journey, but I would appreciate your going support. So this is not the end of a journey, and WACOM members are interacting with different communities around Japan, and the sustainability business is not only for us. We are doing this to be contributing to others, and as by contributing to others, we gain return. And through this book, I hope to continue to convey that message to society. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for your patience for a long time. That's our business presentation session as a second part. But before we go, our executive team, we mentioned the executive team a few times already today. So I'd like to introduce the members to you. Kojima-san and Komine-san, we are also a member of the executive members, but I like to introduce other members who have not yet been introduced to you. And Mr. Yano, he is in charge of branded business. And thank you. I am the head of branded business. My name is Yano. And at the AGM, we received few comments about our business. In the past 1 year, it was a very we went through a big structural change, and finally April this year we finally put the new team together, and the new team is doing the very best they can every day. And I'm sure that there's a bumpy road ahead of us still, but we have a new product. Cintiq was launched in June, which is showcased in the back, and we are getting very good positive feedback. And of course, our challenge is still continue, but this year we are committed finishing the goal line. So I would appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
Now the next person is Heidi Wang from Germany. She has come from Germany and she's supervising the European business, and also she's the person responsible in implementation of service business.
Sure. Hello everyone. Heidi Wang is my name. Nice to meet you here. I'm in charge of the service business, and digital ink service is so essential for implementing good experience and value for the different use case domains. And we confirm this by deep engagement with community, with users, but also with a lot of partners. And in this chapter 4, we are confident to drive implementation of digital ink service business globally in different countries with different customers and with different partners. So thank you very much for your support and yoroshiku otagishimasu.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you for the comment. And Okuyama-san, who is responsible of HR, she is the head of HR organizational development. Hello. Team members at WACOM, I try to listen to each one of them, and I am creating an environment where each of our members can demonstrate their uniqueness, and I have been trying to build such environment. And you know, WACOM is not just in Japan. In many countries, we have members trying to do what they want to do, as you can see from Heidi. And I would like to communicate this point to shareholders. And also, you know, our people are not just in one place, and I want to create an environment where people will be able to work in various places. Thank you. And we have Hirotaka-san, Suzuki Hirotaka-san, supervising all the softwares at WACOM. Hello, I am Hirotaka Suzuki. Software development, service development, and UX development. I have been doing these. And Wacom may still be seen as a hardware company by some people, but we take care of various softwares and services as well, and we have various members, not just in Japan. They are in Europe, US as well, and so we have unique members in many ways, and we get together and enjoy manufacturing. So hardware, software, UX, service, all of these can be done in Wacom, and this is a strength that we would like to continue to use to create new values and capture new use cases. From the latter half of the current fiscal year, we're going to take advantage of these strengths. And through that, I hope to contribute to the future growth of Wacom. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comment. The next person is Jun-Hoon Lee. EMR technology is a core technology at Wacom, and that's supervised by him. Hello, I am Jun-Hoon. The market has changed significantly. The Wacom's legacy products and new products, and as introduced by Hirotaka-san, we have software and service on top. You know, software service has become a very important business. As a person who develops EMR technologies, which we've spent quite a long time on, and we have been preparing for these and new businesses. And as a platform, Wacom has traditionally focused on a hardware business. However, we will not be sticking to just hardware. The Wacom software service and the relevant new technologies, we are providing and preparing for products with which users will be able to experience everything in just one platform. Thank you for your comment. And we have Hara-san. Wacom's core technology and the other core technology, AES, are supervised by him. I am Hideyuki Hara, and core technology development and so AES technology development is what I am responsible for. And today there was introduction of the 4 use cases, and there were talks about the impermanence of everything and instrument craftsman, and so in these it's going to be even more important going forward to track the uniqueness of each person's impression and so on. And in AES, it's going to be important to create the kind of hardware that can capture those uniqueness, and I am taking responsibility on that. And we will continue to do our best. Thank you, Hara-san. So with these members, we are going to execute Chapter 4. Please support our company's efforts. And we will get together with all of our members in front, and we would like to express our gratitude to shareholders here, and we would like to show our resolution. We don't need a microphone. Thank you for staying till the end. And thank you for listening. These members can be directors on the execution side and other positions. Each of our members will continue to provide values to the society. Please continue to support our company. Thank you.